folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country, where I react to non-pop country music. And I've got a feeling, a real good feeling, that this song is no exception. John O'Dowd made a gift to the channel for me to do this one. So John, thank you for this gift. John's right up here in Jersey with me. I think John probably now lives maybe 45 minutes from me, because I'm down in Waretown, New Jersey, and he's in, oh, wait a minute. You may be in Pine Brook, John. In any case, yeah, I think you're a bit further north. When I was up in Bedminster, I think you might have been a half hour from me. Anyway, wherever we are, we're both in Jersey, loving traditional country. Tommy Rose, There Is No Sun on Sunset Boulevard. So let's find out. Here we go. Didn't expect it to
comes
be.
due tomorrow, and she's got no place to borrow, and the tiny role she tested for has just been filled. One more dream's been killed. Casting calls grow shorter in the Hollywood Reporter, but she's hanging in, staying thin. She's all prepared, but she's getting scared. No, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard. She makes the rounds, how hard she tries. Oh, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard, and the stars are all from her eyes.
Oh, this is very much like Lion Eyes by the Eagles, which a lot of people actually consider that to be a country song. And I'd never considered it that way, but I recently saw a thread on Reddit where they were talking about it, and I was like, you know, they kind of have a point. But this reminds me of that. Storyline certainly is country through and through.
Agents used to tell her it will be a cinch to sell her. She is new and right, just the type directors need for a sexy lead. But now, like all the others, she plays aunts and even mothers. And when her friends from Kansas City show up in LA, just hides away. No, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard.
For most people.
She makes the rounds, how hard she tries. Oh, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard, and the stars are all fading from her eyes.
When did this come out, John? Did this precede the Eagles?
All the frauds and users, the pillheads and the boozers, cut a path across her bedroom in a gray parade.
Oh, Jesus.
No one's ever stayed. No, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard. She makes the rounds, how hard she tries. Oh, there ain't no sun on Sunset Boulevard, and the stars are all fading from her eyes.
She wanted to be a star.
The stars are all fading from her eyes.
They'll like steal or slide in there. I can really tell. Yeah, I mean, no sun, and now the stars are fading. And I like, there's metaphor and double entendre and all that stuff, but the light is fading. But I'll tell you what, you got to try. If it's in your heart to try, you might fail, but that's what it is to be an entrepreneur. And that's also why I love seeing people succeed, because I know when a business, I don't care if it's a pizza shop, a food truck, anything that, or on a big level, Walmart, like people started with a small idea. Generally speaking, some ideas take off. Like that person who wrote the Harry Potter books. I didn't read any of them, but she went from being homeless to being a billionaire because so many people loved her books. And I love when people succeed, because people who succeed too do a lot of good with their money. And I know there's a lot of philanthropy and stuff. And I know, wealthy folks take a, they're easy to slam, but I know a lot of wealthy folks and I know how much they give to others. And I don't slam anybody, but I love it when people succeed because they represent in Hollywood 1,000 people who didn't get a part or who didn't succeed enough to, get a living, or an artist. When I see an artist, a country artist, a new one break through and make it, I'm like, I know how hard that person worked. I know how much they suffered. I know how much they doubted themselves and how much they still doubt themselves, because that doubt doesn't go away. You know that if your next album sucks, you're going to get slammed. And I don't care if you're a Miranda, a George Strait. I remember when Led Zeppelin, for example, when I was very much into rock and younger, and they came out with their album In Through the Outdoors. And my friends and I just were so mad at them. There were only like 2 or 3 good songs on there. And the rest were like, what is this? So there's always doubt, because being an artist, being an actress, going on all these cattle calls, all these auditions, and auditioning against other extraordinarily beautiful women and talented women and such, it's daunting. But I admire the effort. Absolutely admire it. You got to give it a shot. There's no shame in failing. Unless it's really idiotic or something, or you just don't go prepared and you needed to be prepared. There's no shame in that. The shame, in some ways, if there is shame, is in not trying. That's the thing you'll regret, not trying. You won't enjoy the process of failing and moving back home or whatever you have to do. But, if you make it work, man, it is a phenomenal feeling. So, this song I'm going to put in the Country Heart series, because this lyrically was absolutely a country song. Musically, it had some elements of country, but it was more easy listening. And I tell you, the similarity between this and Lying Eyes with the Eagles was striking. And not necessarily the content of the lyrics, but the singing of it, the rhythm of it, and all that, and some of the instrumentation was reminiscent strongly of the Eagles' Lying Eyes. All right, John, interesting choice for a country music reaction channel, but that's absolutely going in the Country Heart series, because that fits. That's kind of what that series, that playlist was made for, with songs like this. So the number that popped into my head was an 8.8, and it really was on the. I like the way he sang it. There was the hook was just, I don't know. Maybe it's because it was like Lying Eyes, and that's a really good song. But I like, it was hard on her. It didn't work, but she kept trying. And then she got parts maybe as an aunt or a mother. And that's what happens when you get older. And that was the implication in the song, I think, is that, she kept trying and trying, but she got older and older, and she was no longer up for those younger parts. She was up for the parts of mothers and aunts. And then, 20 years later, grandmother. And you're like, oh my God, I'm being offered the part of a grandmother? And that's hard. So anyway, all right. John, thank you again, my friend. that goes in the playlist, the Country Heart playlist. I hope you enjoyed that, folks. Have a great day. See you on another video, and keep rocking the country and songs with a country heart.